Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Convo with Spirit. This is a gallery gathering event. It's going to be so much fun. So I have a big thing planned for you guys today, but I wanted to share something really cool. If you're new here, I'm Lisa, the Multifaceted Medium. In the chat, let us know where you're coming in from, or if you're on here live, let me know. Just unmute and just give me a little shout out where you're viewing us from, because people are going to be seeing this all over the world. We're on YouTube. We're on our Zoom room. This is live in the Zoom room. And I have to share with you guys, we have some cards pulled out that we're going to be reading for people. If I feel drawn to you, I will come to you, whether you're on the Zoom room or in YouTube. Now, if you are in YouTube, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe so that I know that you're present with us during this live session. If you're seeing it on the replay, take what you can and leave the rest, and leave us a comment if this makes sense to you. So for those of you who are live in the Zoom room, does anybody want to shout out where you're tuning in from? I'm up here in Pennsylvania, moment, staying with my aunt.
I'm in Pipersville, Pennsylvania.
I love it. Welcome, Kim.
I'm in Florida, Miami.
Awesome, Lauren. This is great. I love it. I love that we can connect from all over the world. That's what's so much fun, because you can literally be in your bedroom doing this. And it's just fun because today what we're going to be talking about, which we talk about in every Coffee and Convo, is the energy updates. So I have to ask you guys, are you feeling like the energy, there's a tension in the air? Do you guys feel that? It's like, I don't know if you've talked to people lately. If you're a highly sensitive person like I am, there's a lot of tension. You can sense it. You feel it as you're talking with people. You might see it on the TV. There's a lot of negative stuff going on in the world, but there's a lot of tension on our planet right now, and especially with the energy updates with the planets, where everything is astrologically. I'm not an astrologer by any means, but I love to dabble in it, and I love to share what I've learned and bring it through to you in a way that feels authentic to me, that I can just share it. And so take what you can and leave the rest from all of this today. So I want to share first what we did. Just coming into this, I love to pull a couple cards. If you've ever had a reading with me, you know how that works. And so what I did was I pulled a couple cards just to get us started to see what we needed to know. But the first card, I laughed, patience. I hate this card. I have to tell you guys, whenever this comes up, I literally hate this card. I go, what the hell? Why do I need more patience? And the spirit world goes, yep, she needs more patience. And they give me this card again and again. Does anybody else get this card, or is being told you need to be patient? So today with our live version here of YouTube and our Zoom room, and with this Coffee and Convo, the girls can attest that we couldn't figure out what link I sent people to get on. So I'm a little dyslexic, so that happens from time to time. But that was really like, I can't believe I did that. But okay, I'm going to forgive myself and be patient, right? So that's a good message for all of us, to be gentle with yourself right now, because there's a lot of energy in the atmosphere. And when I share with you the energy updates in a little bit, you're going to be like, oh my God, I totally get that. So if this is resonating, let us know in the comments below. Let us know. Just unmute. If you're live, I want you to talk to me. If you're on YouTube, leave it in the comments. Is this resonating with you? Are you feeling that energy? Because it is definitely tension, tightness. There's a lot of heaviness, but there's also a lot of peace. If you can find that peace, it's there. And that was the next card. It was patience and peace. And I thought, well, that's interesting, because when you are gentle with yourself and you take that time to be kind to yourself when shit happens, like I could sit here and beat myself up that I messed up the YouTube, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. If you're seeing this later and you missed getting on with us and you had a free ticket to get in here from my birthday bash, like, know that you'll get on the next one. I'm not going to worry about it, because we can't sweat the small stuff, people. It's really that small. And literally, I feel I'm a big believer of divine timing. I believe peace comes when we can let go of what we're trying to control. And that is really hard for so many people, myself included. I'm really working on that this year. This is something that fulfillment is something I want in my life. And maybe that's something you're looking for. And when you can really focus on not worrying about the little stuff, then it's really that small. And when you can focus on the things that are important, which are the little things, like going out in nature, taking a walk, looking at a beautiful daffodil that just bloomed, like, and just being present in that moment. You're not ahead in anxiety. You're not behind in depression. You're present in that moment. And it's just really cool. And actually next week, I'm going to teach all the girls and guys and people in our community that are working with mediumship development, the 5 steps, how to be completely present. So I think it'll be a really neat experience to share with people. So if you're not yet in that and you'd like to be, let us know. But for those who are in it and you're seeing this, know that that's going to be a really important step to move people forward, especially to kind of just be present in that moment and not be in the place of peace and not be so stressed out, right? So patience, peace, and this one I laughed so hard because Spirit will, a lot of times with the cards, I have some of my decks are double decks, so they're in there, but they're not all completely doubled. There's only certain ones. And I laughed because I pulled acceptance, and then acceptance jumped out again. So it's like, oh my God, they're really coming through with this message that you really need to accept that it's okay to be where you're at. There's nobody's ahead or behind. Be patient with yourself, with life. And that's how you find peace. So I hope that that makes sense with what's going on, but how funny is that? And they're just welcoming us. So I also feel like the spirit world is welcoming us into, accepting us to be here exactly as we are. And I also want to share this with you. Somebody put one of these rocks around and I found it and I was like, oh, I love that. Be different, be you. And, I think I just put it there to remind myself the one bird's upside down. That's me. Right? Always doing something backwards, half-assed, whatever. But you know what? It makes it so perfect. It's like perfectly imperfect because perfection is just way too much pressure. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So is this resonating? Let us know. Like unmute and tell me if this is resonating. And don't worry about if you guys have background noise. We're not even going to sweat it. We might have Penny having some background noise, so we'll be good. So
I'll
Yeah,
mention
totally.
that recently I typically go grocery shopping late at night or early in the morning because I like to avoid crowds. I don't love to do it anyhow, so I try to go in and out. And the other day I had to run in for something and I felt a lot of tension just even around me. And it was the first time I ever noticed that before. Like in the past, I think I was just not oblivious to it, but just, I was doing my thing and in the zone of, getting what I needed and leaving. But I felt like a heaviness and what was good was after I left there, I was at an area that has a beautiful, like kind of walking area and it's all out in nature. And I stopped there and took a nice long walk afterwards because I almost felt like I had to decompress some of that stuff. And I realized, they say you have to put up your boundaries and all that kind of stuff. And in the past, I've never even paid attention to that. But this time it was like, yeah, I need to do that,
Yes. And I think that's so true. And thank you for sharing that, Kim, because we need to, especially as highly sensitive people, you need to ground. Like when it's nice out, my shoes are off and my feet are in the grass. When it's winter, I have a grounding mat that I sleep on in my bed that I love. If you guys want that, I will link it below in the YouTube, but it is the best thing I've ever found. The animals love it. It's just a good, important thing to do for yourself. A lot of times, and I have my oils here today, which I don't normally do, but I want to share this too. So there's an oil called Forgive, which is a renewing blend. That's a really grounding, earthy blend. But there's also one called Balance that I use every day, especially since I fell off the cliff back last May. And, this really helps me to stay aligned because I don't know if you've heard about it or not. I'm not going to go into detail. I have a whole video on that. But when I fell off the cliff, my whole cervical spine was misaligned and my atlas and everything, and it messed up my whole entire central nervous system. So talk about needing balance in your life, right, to get back on track. But in life, we all need things to help balance us. So these are just some of the tools that I use. But I find just going out in nature is really just, like you said, just taking some time to decompress, to breathe, right? There's a breathe oil too. I was just doing that beforehand. I thought, you know what, we're just gonna have fun today. I had it like stuck up my nose. I'm like, oh, it smells so good. Because it really is that good to just relax and be where you're at, right? And just shining your own light and don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Just do you, right? Be in your own lane. So Lauren, I want to hear from you as well. What was your experience? I know you started to share.
Yeah, no, they all resonate. I'm constantly trying to work on realizing I don't have control over things, and trying to release that so I can find more peace. But also, even just yesterday, whether I was driving or at the store, I'm trying to move so much faster. And it feels like the people around me are moving slow, like the universe is trying to slow me down to just accept it, like to be where you are and have patience and say, okay, you need to be right here, slow down, stop trying to move faster. So they all resonate with me.
That's so awesome. And I love that you were aware enough to know that everyone else was moving slow so that it kind of was the universe giving you a sign that it's time for you to slow down. Because a lot of times, like Kim said before, she was oblivious to it, which we all are at normal times, because unless you're tuned into this and you understand, and I know, Lauren, we've just recently done a reading, so I don't know I think you were fairly new to all this. So being aware of this, it just opens you to a different layer that maybe you didn't even know existed, because there's so many layers around us of energy and we're not always tuned into them. We are. subconsciously, but we don't even know it. So when we tune in and we're actually doing it in a focused way, it becomes so much clearer and you get the message so much easier, whether you're doing this to develop or you're just learning on your own. It's all great. So I think that's just a wonderful thing. So I wanted to share this because I pulled a few cards as we were getting ready and I was like, oh, let me just pull a couple cards, see what comes up for everyone. I'll pull some more. This is a deck that I actually created. I created this deck because I thought it would really be fun to have a deck for our community and the people who are developing their mediumship. So it's just a very simple deck and it works alongside your mediumship. And whether you do mediumship or not, it's just fun to be able to tune in. Mediumship, just so you know, if you're new here and you're seeing this, it is just a way for people to learn to use your psychic and mediumistic abilities, which we all have. Mediumship is connecting with loved ones in the spirit, which we'll be doing a little bit later. We'll be tuning in, and wherever spirit draws me, I will be going, and I'll bring through your loved ones by, I'll bring in thoughts, feelings, and emotions that they give to me, and I'll bring it forward in a way that you'll understand it. I have no idea who's coming through or what they're saying. I just have to bring through exactly what comes through in a way that is brought through with love and respect and, compassion. So that's what I'm going to do. You're going to just let me know if it fits for you. And that's awesome. The cards will give you a little bit more psychic guidance. So that's more of the things that are going on in your life now. So I can tune into your energy field and let you know what I'm feeling about you, what's going on in your life. I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose you, but I can give you some messages. These cards, like I said, I developed them and they say, what does your soul need to know? And I think it's important because every time when we go into meditation in our community, I'll always say, okay, ask the crystal what it needs to share with you. Ask what you need to know, get a message. And the message today was clairaudience. So listening, I don't know if these are backwards because my camera's probably flipped, but if they are, I'll just read them to you. But clairaudience is hearing. It's clear hearing from spirit. And just a little sharing point. I think this is fun. When we receive from spirit, if you're a clairaudient, this is a psychic sense that, again, everybody has or can develop. You might have it not as strong as someone else. For me, this is a very strong sense. So when I receive spirit, I hear them. I don't hear them in my physical ear. I hear them in my thoughts. So a thought will pop in like out of the blue and you're like, that's so weird. It's not my thought. I know it's their thought. And I've learned over the years of practicing and developing to be able to tell the difference. And that's how you grow in this. But learning to listen to the words, the sound, the voice, and also sometimes the music of the spirit world. This card is a number 7, which is a very spiritual card. So it's going to awaken you to many different things. So just the fact that you're seeing it, don't be surprised today if you hear your name called. First of all, has anyone ever heard their name called? Let us know in the comments below if you're on YouTube, if you're live in the Zoom room here. Unmute and let me know. Have you ever heard your voice, like as you're laying in bed? I call it the tween times, when you're just waking up or just going to bed and you'll hear like, I had it happen to me. I'll just share. I was laying there before I knew I could do this. I was a hair designer by trade, and I probably was, I don't know, way into my beauty stuff. And I'm laying there waking up and I hear Lisa Potts. And I thought, who the hell just called my name in like a British accent? It was a guy, Lisa Potts. I thought, who the hell? And I remember saying to my boyfriend at the time, I said, did you hear that? He goes, I didn't hear nothing. What are you talking about? I go, I don't know. I just heard my name. Clear as day. And it was right when my mediumship was really awakening. And then I started to develop after that. I was like, wow, that was crazy. So has anyone else had that experience? I would love to hear, because it's just kind of fun and it helps others to see that we're not alone, right? You're never alone in this. Even if you haven't had the experience, it's really cool. You may have had it a different way. Maybe you heard a loved one's voice. So let us know. Kim, I see you're unmuted.
Yeah, for me, I've never heard my name called, but what I have heard is just like individual words, like some like, or things like be careful. Like if I'm driving or something, like I'll just get kind of like, and it just comes out of nowhere and I'll pay more attention. Or might be a deer that comes up or something like that, so it's almost like a little bit of a warning, things like that. But that's about it. I've never had like my name called, especially in a British accent. So
well, now know that if this happens
at least.
to you, you're not going to be totally freaked out. You'll be like, wait, she just said that happened to her. Now I'm hearing it. You might get it in a different voice. I believe that was one of my spirit guides. He's definitely a Britishman, gentleman. But so I believe what you were hearing is either the higher self or a guardian angel, because I believe we all have guardian angels. And today I was drawn to pull the angels as well. So we'll be doing some of that. We have a lot to unpack today, but it's going to be fun. But just remember, no matter what's going on in life and wherever you're at, allow your soul to soar. These are so fun. I love making these little colored things and just kind of scribbling on and doing some fun stuff. But it's just a good thing to allow yourself to express and put yourself out there. So I'm going to get on here and just share. Let me just see something. Okay. So I'm going to share the energy updates. I have notes because there's a lot and I don't want to forget. So I'm going to just quick share them with you. So if this resonates, just unmute if you're live. If you're on YouTube, let us know in the comments. Hey, this is resonating, and let me know what it is that's resonating, because I'm sharing a lot of stuff. So don't feel like you're going to interrupt me. Just kind of, hey, Lisa, like if you're live, just that fits, or, let us know, because it's fun to hear the back and forth. So feel free to share that. So the energy updates right now are for March 28th, which is today, to about March 30th. So this will run in between that time. And again, nothing's set in stone, but this is a little bit of astrology mixed in with where things are right now. And hopefully it'll help you to be able to navigate the seas of people who are so tension stressed and everything else, right? So there's a lot of Aries big love. Anybody in Aries here? If there are, happy birthday, Aries. If you're on YouTube, happy birthday. Let me know if you're in Aries, and happy birthday to you. So there's a lot of big love in Aries, and the sun is in Aries, but the moon is in Cancer. Any Cancers out there? Because you're really emotional. And so these emotional Cancers, they're like, oh, they just feel everything so much more. Right? They're like the water babies. I'm a Pisces, so they're very similar, but it's interesting. So this may affect you, it may not. So just be aware of it. Know that this will affect a lot of people. So you might be seeing this going through as we move through the day or the next few days. So this is a time to use your pain. You might feel like we were saying, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of traumas and dramas, and it's just a lot of stress in the world. So know that you can take that pain and shift it, whether it's yours or someone else's. Maybe you can help someone through this by hearing this, and they're going through a difficult time. Maybe you could, give them some guidance if it's asked for. We would never give if it's not asked for, but let that pain be transparent. So it's interesting. The one woman I follow to get some of this information, because I'm not an astrologer, but I love listening to her. Her name's Deborah Silverman. She's funny as hell if you've ever heard her. But I like to take what she puts in and put my own spin on it. But she was talking about today is Van Gogh's birthday and Lady Gaga. And if you think about the trauma and the drama they've all been through, and how they turn their pain into music or art, and they go forward with it. So again, allowing your soul to soar. But there's a tension in the sky, she says, and so you might be feeling it, right? Think of an Aries that you probably know an Aries if you're not one. They're the type of get up and go person. I know a few Aries, to be honest, and I know someone who had actually a birthday today, but she's in the spirit world. But pushy, they're very pushy, but they have like a male energy about them, but they're also very dramatic in a good way. But they'll tell you the way it is. They just tell you right, and they're hands on the hips. And they're like, you know what I'm talking about, and the head's going. They're very physical, and their personality, like I said, with the hands on the hips, you know exactly who they are. But they're great people. They really want to do a lot for people, and they're great with big love. They just have so much love they want to give the world, and they really want to project themselves forward. And I love that about Aries. And then you have the Cancers, who just want to be gentle and warm and fuzzy, and they're like the moms and the nurturers, right? And so they're just checking in to make sure that everything's okay. And then the Aries is like, come on now, can we just knock this off, right? So if a baby were born, how she says, it's interesting, they would have an edge to them, but they would also be edgy. So think about someone who may be born in this month coming up, or that we're in now, because we're in the Aries season. But they're filled with so much goodness, and they have a lot of chi. And that's the thing, they have so much energy that they want to move things forward. Actually, I think one of my mediumship teachers was an Aries, or is an Aries, and she always had these great ideas and wanted to move things forward and everything like that. But when you have these two types of energies, where you have the Cancer and the Aries, it's a very conflicted time. So there's a lot, that's where all the tension comes in, right? So hence the tension, and you're feeling it. And so one planet is in air, there's 4 planets in water, she was saying. And then, so again, a lot of emotions, and 3 planets in fire. So there's, again, a lot of that get up and go. So even if you're not an Aries or a Cancer, you might be saying, I have all these ideas, I have all this energy, I just want to like get things moving. It's spring. We all want to get out there and plant and be in the garden and do things. And it's not quite time yet, because like Kim and I were talking earlier, it's still a little cold here in Pennsylvania. As you can see, I have a jacket on. I have the window open though, because I always like to get the fresh air when we're doing these. Plus I feel like spirit, it just moves the energy. So this is a time for like listening to your inspiration, like what I was sharing in the cards earlier. I don't know if you saw that on Facebook. I shared some cards, and it was about the inspiration, the love, and learning to trust where you're at. So if you are that person, or you're in this space, that your job now is to get busy living, dreaming, and doing. bring things to fruition. This is the time to really start, because we've been planting seeds all this time over the winter, and now's the time to get out and get that moving. So gift yourself the ability to move your chi. I think that's really important. Don't stay stagnant, because I think that will really keep you stuck. And a lot of people, they go through with that trauma and that drama, and it's woe is me and poor me. And granted, there's a lot of things going on in people's life, and I am not discounting anyone for where they're at, but if you tend to stay stuck in that, you're going to stay in that place, and it just doesn't feel good. And then you're going to beat yourself up because you're not going to be patient with yourself or kind. So learning to be in a place of peace, the only way to go to it and to get to it is to move through it. So you have to embrace it and go, you know what, this sucks, but I'm going to take it all, like Van Gogh, or, look at Lady Gaga. She has all these back problems, but she gets out on stage and she busts her butt, right? And she sings and she's great. So even if you like her or you don't, she just really puts herself out there. And I think it's important. We don't want to be Van Gogh and take off our ear, but it's all good. But yeah, so move forward, get out of that stagnant spot. You don't want to feel defeated, moody, or sad. Instead, take this trauma and drama, like I said, and whatever else, and just throw it to the wind, just let it go however you need to do that. Then step out and do it, one foot in front of the other, and know that you've got this. Let me see what else. So this will really affect you if you are an Aries, a Libra, a Cancer, or a Capricorn. Those are the people who will really be affected over the next couple of days. But you might be affected too. Like, I'm a Pisces, but I still feel it, because in our chart, if you've ever had your chart done, you have a lot of different signs. So you're not just one sign, you're a mixture of all of them. You just have your sun sign is very strong. Then you have the moon sign, the ascending, rising, all that stuff. Again, I don't know all of it, but I know it affects everything. It's like part of the whole. So use that tension, use your voice, and do something good that you love. And this is your permission slip to just go out and be one with the multiverse. Like, go out and do your thing. So I'm grateful you're here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I would love to hear, does that resonate for you? Just quick unmute and just let me know, because it's just good to get the feedback to know that it'll help others, I believe, to know that it's fitting. And if it's not, that's totally fine too. So let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, so for me, I actually have a friend, and I never thought about what her sign is, but she just had a birthday on St. Patrick's Day. So I'm assuming
she's probably still Pisces, because I think it goes to the 21st and then it opens up to.
Okay, yeah.
But she's probably feeling it too, though.
Yeah. And a lot of the characteristics you were talking about, you know what I mean? She's, that type of person. I was like, okay, that's starting to make sense to me. I never really put it together before. So
yeah, and the more you're aware of this, I think too, the more you'll be aware of and more compassionate for other people, because we see what they're going through. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. I think even for myself, I'm like, why is this person, doing this, or why is this happening? And I'm like, oh, you know what? Then I realize what's going on in the multiverse, and I go, oh, it's the planets. It has nothing to do with them. It's just where the alignment is right now. In a few days, that'll shift. We'll be in a totally different alignment. Things will probably be easier. So this may just not be the time for the people going through that. You might have to be gentle with them for a few days till they come out of it, and that's okay. And it helps you to understand people and have more compassion. That's what I found. So then we can at least be better in the world, and we make the world a better place by being in it that way. Hopefully that makes sense. How about you, Lauren? Does that make sense? I see you shaking your head.
Yeah, no, I agree. Everybody, I guess, I don't know, nothing's coming to mind on who is, falls under those signs, but it does remind you to have compassion for others, because obviously there are a lot of people out there going through this right now.
Yeah, I agree. 100%, 100%. Yeah, so that's the energy updates for today. So we're going to get into some cards. I'm going to pull some cards too for the collective, but I want to share a couple things that I think are important. They're going on right now, and I think it might benefit you. It may not, but I'll just share it anyway. So first of all, I want to say welcome to everyone for being here. I'm really grateful for all of you live, catching the replay. It's always good. Again, some notes just so I don't forget anything. But think of today as like a spiritual Q&A as well. So when we do these Coffee and Convo lives, this is a great place. If you have a question that you're like, I would love to know about this with mediumship, with psychic work, with anything that has to do with spirit work or anything spiritual, just put it in the comments, or, reach out, raise your hand if you have a question, and I'm happy to come to you and we can just, see what that is. And I'll do my best to answer it for you, because this is a great place to ask these questions so I can give you those answers if I have them. I'll do my best. Okay. And let's see, then we're going to go in and do readings in a little bit. So again, where I feel drawn, I will do that. And then we'll close with some more cards just to kind of bring everything together. So I don't know who I'll get to. I'll try to get to all of you, and then whoever else comes on, and then we'll get to the people on YouTube. Kim, in the meantime, is anybody commenting? If they do, just interrupt and post that so I know.
I'll let you know.
And let's see, we have a brand new podcast. So I wanted to share this. So yesterday, my friend Joanne and I, who she's a colleague of mine, we're in the same community. We develop our mediumship together. Wonderful person. We've wanted to do this for so long. We tried last year. The timing wasn't right. Yesterday, things just came together like effortlessly. It was so much fun. We did a 20-minute podcast, and I just finished editing it. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. It'll probably be out sometime around Easter, but it's going to be really great. It's called Hope After This, and it's for if we're having conversations basically. So if you're someone who is looking to learn about grief and healing, mediumship is actually a form of grief healing. So we're having conversations on this podcast about grief and healing and hope after loss, because that is a really big thing. And grief doesn't necessarily just have to be with a loved one in spirit. We grieve if we leave a job. We grieve if a family member stops talking to us. We grieve if a relationship ends, and sometimes you don't have that closure. So we plan on this podcast discussing all kinds of things and having really wonderful conversations with each other. Maybe other people will come on and join us in the future. So, but it was really fun. And we shared a lot about just basics of what things are. And it was so fun to do our first episode. I just have to share. I can't wait to put it out there, and I can't wait to hear what you all think of it. So look for that on this channel, YouTube. We will definitely have that up on the podcast in the next week or so. The other thing is, just so everyone knows, if you're new here, again, I'm Lisa, the Multifaceted Medium. I'm also offering different things. Like I have one-on-one practice developments for people who want mentoring. I offer one-on-one mentoring. Just so you know, we have a monthly development circle. We actually meet throughout the month, but we do monthly development circle for people who want to develop their mediumistic gifts and abilities and their psychic work. Let's see, we also have a wonderful spiritual community. So if you're part of that, you get to be part of the community, which is great. You get a lot of discounts and different things to be on these type of things, and different classes that I offer outside of this. I also have readings available, so I just want to share that. And if you haven't yet taken my quiz, I have a brand new quiz I just put out there. So you may have taken one of the ones before, but this one is a mediumship clarity quiz. So if you haven't taken it, I'm going to post it. I'll post it in the YouTube after this is finished, in the comments in the description. So definitely check it out, because it'll show you how ready you are to develop, because everyone has ability, but most people are like, oh, I could never do that. And I'm going to be honest, I was a hair designer by trade, was always fascinated by this stuff, but you would have told me I'd be doing readings and teaching people then how to develop their own abilities, I'd be like, yeah, right, that's crazy. Until it started to happen. And then I was like, wow, I'm doing it, and I learned and I developed and I practiced. So, again, it's interesting to see where it falls, and who doesn't like to take a quiz, because you learn about yourself, and that's really fun. And let me see what else. Oh, and one more thing. So this was my birthday month. I put out a thing about birthday spin to win. A lot of you have won tickets, so that's why you're here. Also, if anyone is interested in winning other tickets or trying to win different prizes, that wheel will be available a little bit longer. And then once it's gone, and I probably won't do it again for a long time. So just wanted to share, if you're not on my email list, it's a private community where I offer a lot of things that I don't offer anywhere else. So if you are and you would like to be, or if you're on there, great, you can feel free to go on spin. If you're not and you'd like to be, let us know again in the comments below, or you can go to www.themultifacetedmedium.com/contact, and that will take you to a form that will get you on my email. All right. So enough of that. Let's go into hanging out and having fun doing some readings and pulling cards. All right. Are we ready? So let's see. Hold on. I want to pull some angels first. So we're going to do some of those. Who here loves angels? Who feels really connected to the angels? Because I have to say, there's a big connection with the angels. Kim, Lauren, yep. And yes, I'm sure other people seeing this too on YouTube. Angels are a big thing for a lot of people. And for me, I found they were a really easy way to get into mediumship, because it felt like a softer way to learn. So interesting. I feel like, I don't know if it's someone in spirit, so I'm getting choked up in here. And it's interesting, they made me wear a scarf, which granted it's cold, but today is warmer and I'm like starting to get warm. So I keep going. As you noticed, I was getting tongue tied. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in later when we do the readings, because they will use my body as well. So notice if you think I'm doing certain things that they may have done. So we'll see where that goes. And if you haven't yet set your intention for who you want to connect with in the spirit world, just close your eyes, take a breath, and do that now. Just ask them to come in and be present with you, and that's who we'll do our best to connect with. If for any reason I don't connect, if I come to you and I'm not getting the right person, and there's someone else you'd rather connect with, let me try to bring it in first, and then we can always go from there. Okay, so learning experiences. So this is the cards for the collective. So take what you can and leave the rest. It may fit for you. It may fit for someone else. And they may offer it for you and fit for you. I'm tongue-tied today. All right, so learning experience. I'm drawn right here to the light that she has, that she's holding the lantern. It's really about, see how it just got brighter? That's interesting. So I really feel like learning experience are going to shed light on different things in your world. So allow that to come in. And if you notice here too, the wings are kind of, it's like being surrounded. Other cards that I pulled earlier, and I love to pull cards because they're just fun. Who else loves to pull cards, right? So what I pulled earlier was a protection card jumped out when I was shuffling my own angels. It was like transformation and protection and, abundance and different things coming together. And to me, that protection card, it's not scary to work with spirit, and it's not scary to pull cards, and it's not scary. There is no fear. The fear that comes up is it's a belief system around things that we were taught when we were younger that we just didn't know any better because whoever taught us probably didn't know any better. A lot of it is religious belief systems, different things, and there's no judgment, whatever it is. But I would think in religion, I grew up Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic. So whatever you are, it's totally fine. No judgment. But what I find is it was scary. It was scary looking at Jesus up on that cross, but I love him. He's up here now. But the thing is, like, I just found it was very frightening when there was a lot of fear and different things based around that were kind of pushed on me as a child. I felt, and as I got older, I thought, I think Jesus loves everybody. And so whatever your religious belief is, it should be of love and of compassion, of light. So I feel like that protection is just saying that it's not the spirit world you have to worry about. It's the people in the living, right? The dead can't hurt you. It's the people that are here. People have emotional problems. People have, sometimes they're imbalanced and they do things that maybe aren't right. And that's where I feel we need the protection. So, never worry that the spirit world trying to connect with you is going to hurt you because your vibration is high. If you're here and you're seeing this, there are no accidents. Like attracts like. You wouldn't be here if your vibration was low and you were a serial killer. It just wouldn't be. You wouldn't vibrate with us. Do you know what I mean? So I know if you're here and you're seeing this, I'm completely convinced that you are here for the right reason and that the angels are guiding you. They are, listen to what feels right in your heart. Listen to that guidance that's pulling you forward. Allow your light to shine. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, whatever it is you do. Because when you step out and you step into that light, people are going to embrace you for who you are because you're owning who you are and you're owning your light. And there's nothing to be scared about that. So if you're connecting with spirit and you're like, oh, but I saw something out the corner of my eye, or I felt something, like just an example. Years ago, I was playing around with the pendulum because I was like just learning and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And some of you might have heard this story. And I remember holding it up here going, how does this work? And all of a sudden somebody touched my hand and I went, oh my God, who the hell was that? And I just heard, we're here to help you. And I went, oh, okay, cool. So again, there's that clairaudience. Like I listened to it and I, just like you, Kim, you heard that voice and you thought, oh, okay, I'm going to listen to that guidance. And I felt like I wasn't scared of it then, you know what I mean? But at first, if I didn't hear that voice and I felt it, I probably would have been like freaked out because again, it's what we don't know. If we weren't trained or we weren't taught, how do we understand? So my whole thing is I would love to see young children in first and second grade learning about mediumship and psychic work, because if we knew this, we wouldn't be scared when someone passes. We wouldn't think they were gone. We would know that they're still here. And all they want to do is connect with us and let us know that they're okay, they're at peace, and they're happy, right? And they can come to us and be around us when we're happy. When we're sad and depressed, it's really hard for them to reach out and connect. But know that this life is all one big learning experience. So I think that's a really important card. I'm going to pull two more that go along with this, and then we'll go into doing a reading. Get excited. So you guys might feel the energy building, and sometimes that's how it'll work. Like the energy will start to build with the spirit people. Wait, this card wanted to come out. Listen deeply. So the angels are talking to you, just like what we were saying. See by his ears, like all that energy coming out, that's like the energy. Again, it doesn't go into the ear. It comes in here. It's like a thought just comes in out of nowhere. Could be a loved one's voice, could be your voice, could be a voice of an angel. Just could be a voice like my spirit guide that was like, Lisa, and like you, Kim, I've also heard different things like turn here, go this way. And I tell you, when you don't listen to that intuition, you end up in traffic and you're like, man, I should have listened. So be gentle and have compassion with yourselves. I think it's so important, and the world around us. Like, I feel like all that green is representation of the heart chakra and our world, right? The world needs a big hug. We all need more love. I think that's really important. So just remember that learning experiences, listening deeply, and having a lot of compassion, really important stuff. So I'm going to tune in now. Ooh, feels so exciting. Okay. Let me just see who I'm getting. Okay, interesting. I just had the feeling of a gentleman come through. If you can take this, just unmute, and I can take that, you know, and we'll just go back and forth if it ends up being for a couple people, whatever. If you can't take it, that's fine too, but just let me know. I have a gentleman in the spirit world. Let me just see what I'm getting with him. He's bringing me to his hands. There's something with his hands or something with his fingers. I feel like I want to come here. I don't know if he worked with his hands. Let me just see what else he's telling me. I feel like he would have passed of an illness. I feel like he would be much older. Let me see. I feel like I may have wanted to do this at some time. He may have had facial hair or something, because I feel like I'm itchy, if that makes sense. Let me just see what else. He's giving me the feeling of fishing as well. Like, I feel like I'm into fishing or something with fish. He could also be a Pisces. So again, take what you can and leave the rest of this if it makes sense. If all of it doesn't fit, but some of it does, raise your hand and let me know. Let me just see. I feel like also there's a sun connection living. There'd be a sun in the living. And I feel like he's trying to get in touch with him. I feel like I want to wave and say hello. Lauren, I see you raising your hand. Do you understand who this could be?
I mean, it could be my father. He had passed, and I have a brother, so he has a son that's living, and he
Okay.
had a beard.
Okay. And what about the fish? Was there a Pisces connection or fishing? You're in Florida.
No.
Was he into fishing?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
wasn't.
Nothing with fish. Is your brother connection? Is your brother
Oh,
here?
my brother's a Pisces.
Okay, that's the fish connection. Okay, so we can take that. What else did I say? I'm just trying to see what else came through.
You did say the beard.
The beard, right? And his
Something
fingers.
about the hands, you said.
Yeah. Did he work with his hands, or was there something in particular with his hands? Did he have an issue with his hands or something with his fingers? Any kind of arthritis, or because I'm not sure what he
No,
was showing me, but he made me very aware of my hands as I was standing here. Did he talk with
no,
his hands? Because I do that.
probably,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Is there something going on with your brother too? Like, was he wishing him happy birthday? Like, is there something going on right now? Like, he probably would have just had a birthday, because obviously I'm a Pisces too, so I'm aware of that.
Yeah, he
But I
did
feel
just
like
have a birthday.
I want to say hi to him. Let me just, I feel like something's weighing on his heart as well. Do you understand that? I feel like on your brother, like there's something bothering him. It has to, I feel like there's a lot has to do with your father as well. There's a missing there. There's a, like a longing, a connection.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, I don't remember, I know we did a reading on you recently, so I'm not trying to tune in, but I don't remember if this came in. I feel like he also hears him, but he doesn't get it. Do you understand that? Does that make sense? Like, he's not really open to this, but he is hearing him. Has he shared that with you?
He hasn't. I mean, it's possible. My brother was quite young when he passed, probably 14 or so.
Okay. But he
But
never shared.
best friends type of a
Aw,
relation
aw.
dynamic. Yeah, he hasn't shared that with me though.
Okay.
It's,
Well,
it's
he
possible.
may, and if he doesn't, it's fine. I just feel like there's something weighing on your brother's heart, and your dad is trying to come through to comfort him. I feel like I want to put my arm around him. Hold on one second. And I feel like hold on, he's talking about something in the car. I feel like your brother has something like a remembrance of your dad in the car. Do you understand that? Or I feel like it's either in the car or with the car. Do you understand that?
I have to
No.
think more on that.
Okay. No worries, no
Yeah,
worries. Okay, let me just see. Let me just ask you, was this someone who you were trying to connect with? Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Okay.
I was surprised that he didn't come through when we
During the
spoke.
reading.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I
well,
and I kept thinking, out of all the people, what, like, because I
but
talk to him every day.
absolutely. But you know what? They'll come in when they feel it's important. I feel like during your reading, you needed those people to come through because it was the message you needed to hear at that time. So that is interesting.
Yeah.
But so the other thing I was getting to, so when I'm hearing the name Frank or a strong connection to an F, I don't know if that makes sense or if that I don't even remember if that came in for you before, but that to me sometimes will also be grandfather. So there's a grandfather connection as well to him. So it would be his father is also in the spirit world. Would you understand that?
His father is, but the name isn't.
That's okay. So they'll give me the name Frank to show me my grandfather. So if you don't
Okay.
understand the name, I'm just trying to bring it through.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just see what else they're sharing with me. Hold on. Hold on. I want to go back to my hands. Did he work with his hands? Because I feel like I want to do something with my hands. Like I'm always they're busy
Yeah,
hands.
he did a lot of manual labor.
Okay, so that's what he's trying to show me. Busy hands make light work. It's like I want to do a lot of things. Hold on one second. Why is he okay? Hold on. He's showing me a memory. I feel like he's showing me a memory, and I feel like granted I know you're in Florida, but I feel like he's showing me a beach memory where he would have liked to go there with the family or go there with you. It's something connected to you where you have a fond memory of being with him at the beach. Do you understand that? I don't know if it's something you're walking along the beach. It almost feels like it's been after he passed. You have a memory of connecting with him along the like you're walking along the water. You may have had beach memories as well as a child, but I feel like it's after the fact. You're walking along the water, you're kind of like having a conversation with him in your head or trying to process things in your head. But I feel like he wants you to know he's right there with you. Did you have that experience, or do you know what I'm talking about there?
No, the first thing that comes to mind is just we spent a lot of time in Naples near the beach growing up with my
Okay.
grandparents. So maybe it could be like a memory of that.
Okay, so if that makes sense, you can take the beach and being on the beach. I can take it as
Yeah.
that. I feel like also there is something like either you're walking and thinking of him, but he wants you to know he's right with you. That's what he's trying to come through. I feel like you're almost asking like, where are you? Like you're saying, I talk to him all the time, give me a sign, but he's saying, I'm right there with you. It's like he's right beside you. Coins, he's showing me coins for you. Do you understand the coins for him? Do you find coins in weird places? Because they'll always give different calling card signs, but he's coins is what I feel. And I want to itch my face again.
He did
Was he a
leave
coin
behind
collector?
like coin
Coin
collections from,
collector. Okay, that's what it
yeah.
is then, the coins. Okay, so that's his sign. So know that when you find these coins in odd places, I mean, we find coins everywhere, but it's like odd places. Check the year. The date sometimes will resonate with, a message from him, but he's definitely trying to say, I'm here, I'm showing you signs, and you're just like, I don't know where you're at. I know you're here somewhere, but where are you?
Right.
But he's
Yeah.
definitely validating that to you. And interesting. I want to keep going like this, and I'm itchy. Is he touching you? Are you feeling? Well, I know you wouldn't know if he's touching you, but are you aware of that? Like you'll be sitting there, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, so strange," because I feel like he's trying to get your attention through like nudging you or touching you, and just it's very, very subtle. Have you ever
Huh.
experienced that or no?
I mean, I feel like I'm itchy all the time, so maybe it's that.
It could be.
Um,
So be aware of that because I notice all of a sudden I'm just like, I'm so itchy now.
yeah.
But it's like that they'll use that energy where they can lightly come up and brush against you. And you'd probably think it was just you, but just be
Yeah.
aware of that. Don't look for every little thing and be like, is that you? You'll know when it is. You'll just be like, oh, that's weird. You might notice you get a chill come over your shoulders, or I think for you
Mhm.
were getting like warm. So it's however it comes through for you. But again, I'm, I'm like itchy.
Yeah.
Um, Hold on one second. I feel like too, was there an illness with him? Because I feel like there's an illness. Like he didn't just pass. It was like he had an illness before he passed. Do you understand that?
Um, it was actually a bit quick. He
But was
kind of
there
just like,
something going on with him? I feel like there was something going on with him health wise before he passed. Would you understand that?
yeah,
Okay. And I want to say it's heart related. Do you understand something with the heart as well?
yes.
Yeah. And what is that for him? Because he's pointing me to the heart. I feel like I want to just go like this.
Well, he had high blood pressure,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
and
That's
was on medications.
okay. But he's just pointing me to the heart, and I just wanted to clarify that. I also feel like there's a military connection. I don't know if, again, I can't remember what came up in your reading. I'm not trying to go there, but I do want to wave the flag, or there's something about the flag. If it's not him, it could be your grandfather. Do you
I
understand?
did have a different, not his son, but a different grandfather that was in the military.
Okay, not connected to your father.
No,
Okay.
like would have been
So,
his in-law, his
okay.
father-in-law.
So he may just be interesting. I just got that feeling. Is there a Frank connection there, or something with an F, or something like sounds like Hank, Frank? Like I just
Oh, well, Hank is short for Henry, and my father's father was named Henry.
Okay, we can
So
take that.
maybe
That's evidence.
Hank. They
Hank
did call
Frank.
him Hank, I think, when he was younger.
I
So
love it.
maybe
Thank
it's
you,
that.
Spirit. So that's awesome because I'm like, okay, Frank, because they brought it up again for me to say it. So I know when they bring it up a couple times, I'm not getting it right. Dyslexic Lisa. So I'm like, it sounds like, to me, bringing through mediumship is like whisper down the lane. You're like Hank, Frank. It's like charades all in one. But I feel like there's so much love, and he just wants you to know that he is there with you, and he just really wants to support you. He's showing me new endeavors for you, like new things you're stepping into. And again, I feel like I want to support you through that. So I know the ladies were there for you in the reading, but I do remember that. I'm just going to bring that in. But I feel like he's also standing there waiting to support you. He's telling me he's your biggest fan, and he always was. Do you understand that?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
used to joke and say, I'm your favorite.
He's confirming that. Don't tell your brother.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. And why is he giving me the feeling? So this is really interesting. When I was a kid, I had like a hamster or something. It's either a hamster or a gerbil, like a little animal when you were a kid. It's a memory he's showing me. Something funny about a little creature. Do you understand this? Or was it a bunny or something you rescued? Do you
I
understand
mean,
that?
I think we did have a bunny for
Okay.
a short period of time, and then bunny passed. And we had a hamster when I was very, very young too, and I think it got lost under the couch. And I don't
Okay,
know
that's
what we
it. That's
had.
what he's talking about. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to share some. So when I was a kid, I had a hamster. Went to sleep with it. My dad was fixing the grate. He was a heating and air man, and it went down in the heater and ended up in the heater. And so I had that funny feeling, and I'm like, wow, why do I need to talk about a hamster or a gerbil? So that's exactly what he's bringing in to be able to bring through a memory for you. So he's just, I don't know why he brought that in, but it must have been something important that he was trying to get across, like a funny memory, or maybe because it got lost in the house and you never found it.
I don't remember. They might have found it. Honestly, I don't remember. I
Funny.
probably blocked it out because it was so
Probably.
sad.
Probably you did, but he definitely wants you to know that you are supported and you are loved, and he is always with you. He's just saying continue to talk to him. I feel like hold on, what is he trying to show me? Hold on. I feel like I just want to be surrounded with family with him. Like he loved to be around a lot of people. I feel like he brought a lot of good energy to like a party or a gathering. He just was like, not the life of a party, but he had a good energy to bring in. He wasn't necessarily the one that needed to stand out, but he would always support everyone else. He was a little bit more on the quieter side, but you knew he loved you. He just, I feel like he didn't say it as much as he should, even though he would, you would joke and say you're his favorite. He definitely wished he would have said it to you more. That's one thing he wished he would have said more, and to be able to bring that through in a way that you truly understood it. And he said he's very sorry that he had to leave so soon. But he's always with all of you, and please give his love and light to everyone in the family. So I'm going to leave you with that in love and light.
That's really nice.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But gosh, I'm so itchy from it. It's like, oh my goodness. So yeah, he's definitely pay attention. And I feel like it's the nose. So I don't know. Pay attention if you start getting that weird, I don't know. Who knows?
Definitely, I will.
But yeah, and I also want to say, I'm just going to go to you one more second. He comes to you. Are you a coffee drinker? Because he's giving me the feeling of coffee. Like I want to sit and have coffee. And
Yeah.
interesting. They made me bring this mug today, so I don't know if this fits for him. Was he any type of an electrician? Because she's electric.
No.
So they
No.
made me bring this, and I was like, huh. So maybe pay attention to the spark. I found this the other day at the thrift store, and I absolutely love this mug. She's electric. Right? So I don't know. So maybe it's the electric slide. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just being like the zap of energy, because spirit will come through as electricity, right? So you can feel their energy. They have like you get like a little buzz. Remember, we were feeling like the energy standing up on the hair on your arm. So just be aware when you get that little tickle, or you're feeling someone near you. He's definitely there having coffee with you, and I just want to toast you, like have a little. He's just really proud of you.
That's really nice to
You're
hear.
welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad
Yeah.
he finally came through, because I know the other day you're like, well, wait, what if I set the intention? I'm like, set it, we'll see who comes in. And I love that he came in first.
Yeah, and that he brought up my brother, because it's something, I mean, I worry about my brother for a lot of reasons,
You
and
remember that.
I
I remember that now.
constantly, yeah, I'm constantly talking to him about, is he going to be okay, and guidance for him and things like that. So,
You know
um,
what? Just know that as you're setting the intention, like I think we talked about this before, just again, set the intention that for his highest and best good, he will be okay. Again, he's his own person, so you can't control that, but you can set the intention for them to guide him. They can't do it for him. They can't make him do it, but they can nudge him when he's going in the right direction. They'll give him that good feeling. So, you know, I don't know if he's even open to any of this, but I feel like just keep praying for him and in the highest and best good and putting it out there. And, you know, he'll be okay for however he's supposed to, because again, that might be part of his learning lesson. Like this whole life experience, that might be something he's here to learn. I think we're all here to learn different things in life and different experiences. Holy moly, my face is itchy. So we're just gonna say your dad gives itchies and a coins.
Yes, exactly.
So wait, so his name is Hank? Your dad's name is Hank?
No, my grandfather's
Your
name was
grandfather.
Henry, and they called him Hank.
What was your dad's name? Because I just wanted
Gerald.
Gerald. Okay, so I would have
And they
never
called him Jerry.
Jerry. Okay, interesting. I'm surprised I didn't get that, but well, thank you, Jerry, from the spirit world, for being here. I'm so grateful. So we're gonna pull a couple more cards. You're welcome. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna also have you pull a message from him as well. So these are fun when these come up, guys. I love for people who are live in the Zoom room. Now, if you're seeing this and you're like, oh my God, that resonates for me as well, take what you can and leave the rest. So I'm going to go across. Feel free to tell me to stop when you feel like I'm there.
Okay, stop.
Which one? This one?
A little bit up. Maybe the next one. Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. Aw, I had to leave that way, he says. So I feel like he really, and that's what I was saying. Like he said, he's sorry he had to go, but I feel like he really had to go in the way he did. Interesting. When this card comes up, it reminds me of being a kid playing Chutes and Ladders. Did you ever play that game with your dad?
Definitely.
Because that was like my favorite game.
Yeah, we definitely played a bunch of board games and games.
Showing my age, right? But yeah, so he's definitely mentioning too. I feel like he's drawing my eye to that to see that. But yeah, he's definitely, I feel like he had to go the way he did because again, that was part of his life lesson. But he loves all of you so much. Like I feel like he's not gone. He's just stepped into the next room. So just know that he's always with you and keep talking to him.
I will.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then let's pull some other cards. I'm going to do, no, I don't want those. I want angels. We're doing angels today. That's what it feels right. So we'll pull a couple more angel collective cards. Again, if you're seeing this live or on the replay, let us know if these are resonating with you. Did that reading resonate? Was there anyone in your life who you could resonate this with or connect it with? Because a lot of times spirit will bring through messages that might be for someone here in the Zoom room, but you might be on YouTube catching this on the replay going, holy cow, this message resonates for me as well. And maybe it's just the message you needed to hear from your loved one in spirit. Maybe it's the whole enchilada. So just know that that is true. Okay, trust in the universe. This is the card for the collective. And yes, so when this comes up, oh, how can I get, there we go. This yes card, whenever it comes up, I always like to say yes to the dress. Do something that puts you out, of your comfort zone and just kind of like throwing your hands to the air and just doing something fun, but really trusting that the universe will guide you. Just like what I was sharing. Are we frozen? I feel like I'm freezing. Am I freezing? No. Okay. It just looked frozen for a moment. Okay. So when that comes up, just like what I was saying to you, Lauren, trust the universe that you're putting it out there in the universe for all this stuff to be positive for your brother or him to go in the right direction. Just trust, let go, surrender. That's what yes is, right? Surrendering to the divine, the higher, spit it out, Lisa, the higher powers by a Val. And then trust the universe, because really when we set that intention, just like you're reading today, you set the intention for who you wanted because he didn't come in the last reading and here he was, right? So because we let go,
It's wild.
It is wild. It blows me away. It happens like that every time. It's so cool. So I'm going to pull one more for the collective and then we'll tune in and we'll see who we're going to connect with. And let's see. All right. Let me see. There's two that wanted to come out there too. All right. So we have inner child healing. So a lot of you may be going through times where you need some inner child healing. There's some great meditations that I've been doing recently for inner child healing. You can find all kinds of them on YouTube and different places, but there are a lot of really good ones out there. I'm trying to think if I have one in particular. If I do, I'll post it in the YouTube in the description so people can check that out. But power and intention, again, validating what we already know. I'm a big fan of always saying this every session that no one needs a medium. We go to a medium to validate what we're already receiving. So it's really the power of intention, setting that, putting that intention out there, receiving the message, and then trusting what comes through, because a lot of times we don't always trust it. And it's interesting. This here, I feel like he's protecting his middle area, which is, this is our whole, like our chi, our heart, our soul. all that in there, but he's standing with such power that he, you know, the protection's already there. Our beautiful energy is what protects us. So again, I know we were talking about protection. There's no fear. It's really just stepping into it and being wholeheartedly yourself and moving into what feels good, owning your light, putting, you know, having your little staff where you're kind of owning that and it feels really good. I'm going to pull a couple little angels and then we'll go into a card. So sisterhood and brotherhood just jumped out. There's that love card again. So this is interesting. And I'm going to pull the bottom one as well. So we have sisterhood and brotherhood, which would be a community of like-minded people, could be a family member, like what Lauren's going through. Love, knowing that there's so much love surrounding, you know, your family, whoever's seeing that, you have a lot of love in the universe. That's what the universe really is, right? And we put so much fear out there that things, we feel like there isn't love. So we feel like we're pushed away from that when there's tension in the sky and different things going on. But like we were saying earlier, and I think Lauren, you said it best, to have compassion for others, you know, really it helps us to see that, you know, people are going through some really hard times and we could easily fly off the handle and freak out and be like, they're such an a-hole. And, you know, instead of saying, you know what, look, like hurt people. And if we think and take a step back and go, what's really going on in their life? And I bet you if you went up to the person who was freaking out and said, what's really bothering you? They would open up like this huge can of all this stuff going on. And you'd be like, wow, did I want to ask that? But in the same sense, you heard them, you let them have a vehicle to share that where they felt safe, a container, you know. The next card was, I always want to say it is commitment. I was going to say contentment, but it's commitment. So committing to, you know, doing what it is that you love, stepping into your power, owning your light. And I'm going to pull one more. Well, humor is showing up for me on the bottom here. So, and I would say just learn to laugh at life. Don't take things so seriously because none of us are getting out of here alive, right? So might as well enjoy the ride. So I'm going to go in and pull another, and we're going to go and pull another spirit through. And let me see who wants to come through to now by a vow. So I have to ask you one more thing, Lauren. Was the throat thing with him? I just have to ask, when I was getting like choked up, did he have an issue with his throat as well? Because I just wanted to ask that again.
There was, yeah, there was something.
I don't feel it now. That's why I was like, I think it's for him. Like either choked up or like how I couldn't get the words out earlier, and you know what I mean. So I just wanted to. How can you take that?
Well, one, he was a smoker, so he had a cough, but when he passed, he actually had a pulmonary, or well, it's an aortic embolism, but they had put a tube down his throat to do you know, I check him with a camera, and when they did that, I guess he wasn't sedated enough, and then he had gone into like a shock, you know. So it seems like the throat and that issue is really what he died from.
And that's probably why I was feeling that early on. And it's so interesting because I'm like, okay, I guess I'm wearing this today. But I kept feeling like I wasn't getting things through. And that's why I said somebody's dealing with the throat issue earlier on. And I won't be surprised if it's who comes through. So I don't feel that anymore, even though I'm still getting tongue tied, but I feel like that's something different. I think that's just me trying to get the words out too fast because it comes in so fast.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was trying to bring that through. So thank you for validating that as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to go to you, Kim. This way I'm going to do it a little different. We did this in the group the other night. It was so much fun. Kim, do you have someone in particular you'd like me to connect with? And I'll go with the first name.
So we're going to try Steve.
Okay, let's try Steve this time. See how that goes. Okay, Steve. So a lot of times when we tune in this way, we can see how they want to come in. It may come in, it may not. We'll see. And not every medium works with every person, but we'll see how that goes. We tried to do Steve the other night and we had somebody else named Bob come through. So.
Exactly.
But she had thought of Bob earlier.
Yeah, and you know what's weird? I think on Monday you were getting a Steve coming through to you. Do you remember that? Or a Stevie? You said something with an S name and I couldn't connect to that.
Isn't that interesting? See,
I was like, I don't know.
And a lot of times I don't always remember it because like what comes in goes out. I try not to hold on to it so that I keep a clear channel.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. So Steve, let me just see. Why do I feel like I want to they're showing me the hair, so I feel like the hair is like a dirty blonde. Would you understand a dirty blonde for him or a lighter shade?
Yes.
Yes. I feel like I want to be interesting. I feel like I want to be a beach boy. Do you understand that? Like I don't know what that means, but I want to be like I feel like, I don't know if he's a surfer or a beach boy, or he liked the Beach Boys. Like, I know your other guy came in with music. I remember that, but I feel like I want to be a beach boy. So is
Yeah,
that
he was more, I'm going to say surfer music, this guy.
okay? Okay. So that's what he's connecting me with. Okay. Hold on. So I feel like we do have him. Let me just see how I can make sure we get the rest of the energy. I feel like I have a tightness in my stomach. I don't know if he had something wrong with his organs in his lower, I feel like in the stomach area, not so much lower, but right in the middle. Either that or he was a worrier. Can you understand that?
Probably more of the worrier.
Okay. Okay. Let me just see what else. He's talking about a sister or a K connection. I feel like a K or a C connection. I want to say Karen or Kim. Do you understand a Karen or Kim?
So I know he has a sister, and honestly, I don't know her name, but I know that she was definitely,
Okay.
yeah, it might have been Karen. I don't think it's Kim.
Well, no, obviously you're K. I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
K connection, but I wanted
Yeah.
to say Karen, which is my sister. So they
Okay.
gave me that first. So
Okay.
it's a K or a C.
Yeah.
If it is Karen, you're gonna have to let me know because that's pretty wild. That would
It
be
might
great.
be Chris, actually.
Okay,
Something like
that's
that.
fine. C
Yeah.
or a K, it'll fit because again,
Yeah.
whisper down the lane. They're giving me a feeling. I feel like there was a closeness there. He's mentioning her the month of September and June he's giving me. Would you understand September or June for birthday, passing, anniversary, either for him, her, or you? Something there connected?
Yeah, so September was right around the time that he had passed,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. And then what about June?
Honestly, I don't know his birthday. He's a friend, but like we never celebrated birthdays together, put it that way. But
Okay. He's giving me the feel. I know I can't lift my knee that high, but he's giving me the feeling of my knee, an issue with the knee or the leg. Like I feel like something's stuck. Do you understand that? I'm over here twisting my knee.
yeah. He always had a hard time getting up and out of his chairs. You know what I mean? It was always a struggle kind of with his legs.
With his legs. So there was definitely an issue going on. He's giving me also, they're giving me the feeling of angels, protection, or there's something with, sometimes when they'll show me angels, they'll show me the wings, like a tattoo or something like that. I know for the other guy that came through. Is there a connection with that as well? Because I remember that when we did that the other day. Or
You're
there's
right
just a connection where he's maybe a religious person or connected with angels. Do you understand that?
I think later in his life, he became more, I'll just say, of a giving person. And I felt like he was getting more and more connected with, you know, his higher self, if you will,
Yeah.
compared to where he was when he was younger, for sure.
Okay. And why do I see, I don't know why I'm getting cigars. I don't know if it's for him or someone around him, but I feel like cigars and I can smell cigar smoke. Or does that fit for you somehow?
Yeah, bourbon and cigars was something that he used to do.
That's good evidence. Okay. I wouldn't have got bourbon, but cigars, I could smell it. I could literally smell, I'm like, smells like my Uncle Paul. He would always smoke them. That's so interesting. Is there a Paul connection as well? Because they're giving me my Uncle Paul. He's still living, but might be a P connection, Peter Paul. It's like somebody living. So if that fits, if not, they're just showing me what I know.
Okay.
I feel like this guy would have loved to travel when he was younger. There was a lot of things he would go and see, or if he wasn't a traveler, he wanted to travel because he's giving me the feeling of traveling. Do you understand that somehow?
Yeah, yeah. He liked to explore.
Exploring. Okay.
Yes.
So doing different things, seeing different things, going different places. Okay. And hold on. Scorpio. So what is Scorpio? Is that September? Scorpio. Who's
Yeah, I don't know offhand, honestly. I'm not sure.
It's not
Anybody know what
September.
Scorpio
Is that
is?
November, maybe?
It might. Oh, yeah, it is. My aunt's a Scorpio, but I think there's a
November,
Scorpio
December.
connection.
Okay.
Yeah, November, December probably would have. Yeah.
I think.
So if birthday passing, I feel like it's more of a birthday thing when they give me the sign.
Okay.
So Scorpio. So he also, that was like the water connection as well, where he felt connected to the water. He's probably a water baby. You know, he probably was. But it may not have been fully that. He could have had Pisces, could have had Cancer, different things in there. But Scorpio is what they were giving me. He's talking about kids, 2 kids. Do you understand 2 kids?
Yes, 2 kids.
A boy and a girl. Do you understand boy and a girl, or is it? Do I have that wrong?
You have that wrong, but
Okay.
one's more, I'll just say, male in characteristics.
Okay, so maybe that's what I'm feeling. Okay, that's fine. I could take that. Let me just see. He gives me the feeling he misses them. There's a big loss there. I feel like he passed. No, this wasn't that long ago that he passed. Do you understand that? It wasn't. I feel like it was a closer passing. Like it was more recent.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's still a loss there with them. He says to say hello to you, but he says you hear him all the time anyway, so it's nothing new. Now, Kim is in our group, so she's very new in our group, but she's very quickly has picked up and started doing her mediumship, and it's like blew me away. We did an exercise the other day in class, and Kim nailed it. We had a friend of ours lost. I'll just share this. A friend of ours lost her wallet, and we all tuned in psychically to see where it was, and we all gave our thoughts. I gave mine. Everybody. And Kim nailed it. She said it was in a pocket of a jacket, and the girl opens the jacket pocket, and I'm like, "Holy cow! There was the wallet."
That's wild.
It was
Kim,
cool. It was amazing because
Wow.
I'm still learning, like very early stages, but like those types of things really help solidify, like, okay, maybe I do, maybe I am able to learn this stuff. So it's very, very cool.
yeah, you can't make it up. And it really, they're all abilities again that we all have, but we were never taught. Think about it. If we're taught in first grade, like how to find things, how helpful would that be in our life, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm always over here, St. Anthony, please come around, and it showed up. And the girl who lost the wallet, she's like, I never heard of that prayer. I'm like, oh, it works every time. Then you just got to thank them, right? So yeah, so it's just a lot of fun. And again, Kim, you did a great job. So it's cool to connect in with that.
Yeah.
But let me go back here. So Steve, but I feel like he's talking to you all the time. He's always giving you information. He sends birds for you. Do you understand the birds or something about the feathers? I feel like it's birds. It's not necessarily
Yes.
the feathers, even though you might find them.
Mhm.
Hawks, or it's something with eagle or hawk. Do you understand that? Or some type of a raptor. Do you understand that?
Well, there's definitely a lot of hawks around in the area that we used to spend time in for sure.
Okay. And have you noticed where like they kind of travel around where when you're thinking of him, you see them, you notice them?
When I'm walking, yes, that's where, and actually now that I think about it, yeah, the eagle just flew by the other day for the first time. Now that I think about it,
That's
literally.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
There's a new
cool.
nesting set of eagles right in the area that Steve and I used to walk. And
Oh, that's so cool. And why is
yeah,
he telling me about a fire hydrant? Do you understand? I feel like it's
oh,
something funny. Do you understand that?
hydrant. Um,
If you do, great. For me, like that would be somebody who's a firefighter, but I feel like he's trying to share something about a story. Do you understand?
okay, I'll have to think about that
Okay.
because
Like I'm not sure why they would show me that other than if he's a fireman or if there's
it
something
it
funny.
might be fire extinguisher, maybe.
Okay, that's fine. If
Um,
you can take that as something with fire, like
yeah.
to me, it would make like it's not exact, but if
Yeah.
you can have a story. Is it a funny story about that?
So there was a lot of unique things that would go with it. So
I just feel like
um,
I want to laugh with this. That's why I'm like,
yeah,
okay, I feel like it's something funny, but I felt like it was around again. My dad was a fireman, so they're showing me the fire hydrant.
yeah,
Um, Did you
yeah.
guys ever, when you were, let me go back to this too, because maybe I'm not getting the message right. When we were kids, my grandmom had the tool that you unhook the fire hydrant. She lived down in Philly and we would unhook it. We all go under the fire hydrant as kids. It was so much fun.
Uh-huh.
But was there any kind of connection with that for you as a child?
No, no. And
Okay.
what I'm thinking of is we used to do fireworks on 4th of July and he always had like the fire
The fire
extinguisher there,
extinguisher. So
that
it
kind of
may be
stuff.
something like that that he's trying to bring through, and I might be getting that wrong. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
let that one slide because I'm not sure 100% on that. But
Okay.
and I can't say I'm 100% going, yeah, that feels right. It's kind of like,
Yep.
but
Okay.
it's interesting that they showed me that. So we'll just see. It could be someone else trying to come through as well. So
Okay.
let's just hang out for that. Hang on. I feel his mother is in spirit as well. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And he's saying he's with his, I feel like I want to say this and then I hesitate. I feel like I'm with my mother. Like I want to say I'm with my mother. Do you understand? Was there something going on with her? Like I feel like he's saying I'm finally with my mother or I'm with my mother. Do you understand how I'm bringing that through? Like why I would be saying it that way? Was she sick or was something wrong or were they estranged or I feel like there's something where like I wanted to hesitate there and I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there may have been some estrangement, as you like said, like, there was a challenging relationship as far as I
Okay.
can.
So it may be like they're finally together and they've
They're
made
okay.
peace there.
Yeah.
That's what he's giving me the feeling of.
Yeah.
Hang on one second. And hold on. I feel like he's showing me a memory. You guys are walking, something about a rock or something about it's either a boulder or a rock. It's something he's showing me that you guys would have seen together, that you both
Mhm.
would have seen, or something that he's commenting on. I feel like uh, interesting when I see that or when I feel that, the first thing that comes to me is like Ringing Rocks, or I know you're over in that area, or like Hawk Mountain, which is up here where I'm at.
Mhm.
Um, so it's like a sea of rocks, or there's another area, I think, where I used to live. It's Top Rock Trail. There's like a big a hiking thing with rocks. Did you guys do anything like that where you went and hiked at the rocks?
Not necessarily, so.
I'm not sure what he's showing me there. Do you understand anything about him being a rock or being like a rock or?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of, if there's another like similar, exactly like that kind of,
Let me just
I
see.
mean, I know he was building a little bit of a rock wall in his garden at one point, so it could be that.
Okay, that might fit
But-
because he's did you take a rock from the trail and bring it and put it there? Like, do you remember him collecting rocks or doing anything? Because that's what I feel like he's trying to bring through. There's
Okay.
something with the rock, and I'm probably not getting it right. That's why he keeps bringing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, I
Um,
need to think about that a little bit more because I'm
Wait,
not.
hold on. What's that commercial? The Chevy commercial, like a rock? Like,
Oh,
was there
okay.
something there? Was he like a rock? Was he really like stubborn or something?
I think he was like a rock for his family for sure.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is
Sure.
because I'm hearing that commercial, like a rock. Did he have a Chevy? Was he a Chevy guy?
No, he was more Toyota, but
Okay.
yeah, but he was definitely the go-to for his
His
kids.
people. He
and
was
his
the
wife.
rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like that's what he's trying to say, and I think that's what he was trying to get that across because when he sung this, like when I heard that song, it was
Yeah.
like the Chevy commercial, like a rock. I'm like, what is
Gotcha.
the commercial?
Gotcha.
Okay. And hold on. And I want to go back to his kids a minute. I feel like he's been trying to come to them to let them know he's here. The signs, he's talking about the signs he's doing. And I want to doodle something or something. Do you understand that? Like I feel like I want to write something.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I know that
Have they shared anything with you?
not really, and they're struggling and don't want to talk about it much at the moment. So
That's so
yeah, kind
hard.
of, yeah, would love
I feel
to
like that's
yeah,
go
okay.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, would love to reach out to them and share a little bit more, but I know that they're not ready yet.
They're
And
not, yeah.
so, and
It's too
you know,
soon.
maybe he is sending them signs or messages and things, and hopefully they'll be open to it because it was definitely,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, maybe they'll find out that you're doing this and they'll, oh wow, I have a
yeah,
question for you. And maybe they'll share that, set that
yeah,
intention.
yeah.
But I feel like he's around them, just really trying to comfort them and to support them because I think he's concerned that they are still grieving. And when we grieve, we lower our vibration. Not that we're low, we pick up low things, but it's really hard when the spirit world, they're right here next to us. They're not up or down, even though when I describe them as a higher vibration. So to me, they're up here as a vibration, even though they're still here. Our vibration is here because we're human. We vibrate at a slower rate. So they have to slow down. We have to speed up. But if we're sad, we dip down here. And then that way, when we're in grief, it's really hard for them to reach us. So until they kind of heal that, and there is no time limit for grief. You have to flow through it and go through it and feel all those horrible, shitty emotions.
Yep,
But it's like you
agreed.
have to, in order to heal, you have to feel that sometimes, and it's not fun. But I feel like he's around them and he's just trying to support them. I feel like you've been doing a lot too. He's giving me the feeling you've been doing a lot to support them as well. And he said he's really thankful for you doing that. And I feel like he's also given me the feeling of like your friendship, very thankful for the friendship between the two of you. And I already know you have a big heart, but he's showing me you have a big heart, like just sending a lot of love as a friend. And I feel like too, a confidant, like he shared a lot with you privately.
Yes.
Maybe he didn't share with everyone else. And he said he really appreciates that. And he's very thankful for you for that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave you with that, with his light and love. And before we do that, I'm going to have you pull a card from him as well.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. We got Stephen today. All right, let's see. So if you want me to spread these more, let me know.
Okay.
Across. Just
Right about there. That's
there.
good. Yeah.
Okay. I know when it goes off and somebody else talks, we can't see where she's at, but animals. He's surrounded by loving animals. Was there a dog connection with him?
There's a big dog, connection.
And I want to go right to the dog. And again, dog is the biggest thing there, but that's what I was drawn to right away.
Nice.
And I feel, hold on, this dog is still here, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he's okay. And I feel like I want to, I don't know if I have the name right, but I want to say like Max or something, like it's a single, it's not like, you know how most dog names end with like an IE? It's like a firm name, like Max or something like that. Do you understand that? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can I see that card again for a moment? I'm just curious.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could see it. Yeah. The dog's name is Luna.
Luna. Okay.
Like,
So was there a Max or is there a Max connection somehow? Because that was so clear.
you know what? Their prior dog may have been. I'm just not sure,
Interesting.
unfortunately.
I don't know. It just called me as a Max, and that's okay. If it doesn't fit, it's fine because we know
Yeah.
that the connection is there.
Yeah.
The dog is definitely living, and to pay attention to the dog, because again, I was telling Mr. Lauren the other day, animals see what we can't because they can see the spirit world very clearly. So
Yeah.
again, I don't think the kids are ready to hear that, but if you can share that, the dog is probably sensing him big time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I will leave you with that in love
Great.
and light.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I don't even know where we are time wise. Oh, look at that, 12:30. So we're just about an hour and a half. Perfect. Perfect timing. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards just to close everything out. We'll pull another angel and then maybe a couple little guys, and we'll see where that goes. Well, again, more protection. We're all angelically protected. So that was a big message today, along with the acceptance, which is another big message. So know that the angels are with us. They're surrounding us. And really, to get them to support us and help us, all we have to do is ask. So remember, they're around us all day long, but if we don't say, angels, I need your help with this, then, it doesn't work out. Like you might say, well, they didn't help me, but we have to intend and then put exactly what we want them to do for us or to help us out, because we have free will. And that's the biggest thing. Well, there's trust again. I just jumped out. So learning to trust, this was the card too on Facebook. So if you go on there later, you'll see that. Courage and efficiency. So efficiency is learning to do things in the way that you need to do them, things going in, things going out, work related, getting things done, but having the courage to stand up and own that. So I think with having that courage, you have to learn to trust as well. So I'm going to pull all that together and we're going to close this circle. And I'm so grateful that you guys were here. So this is Coffee and Convo with Spirit. It's a gallery gathering mediumship event. Try to say that fast 5 times. But I'm really glad you're here. We used to do this on Facebook. I love doing it with the live Zoom room. I would love to hear from each of you that were here and just give a little feedback of, what was your biggest takeaway? What felt good to you? And, encourage people to come and join us next time. We grow. Sometimes we have a lot more people. Sometimes we have less. It depends on the day. And for those of you in the YouTube, if you're seeing this live, definitely leave your comments. I answer everyone and I will go back in and check this. I will fill out a description form so that you'll have all the information that I shared. And until next time, if you'd like to be in our live Zoom room where you have the best experience, make sure you get on my email list, which is www.lisathe.multifacetedmedium.com. Lisa at themultifacetedmedium.com/contact, if I can get all that out in one sentence. So that's where you'll be able to get on my email list, or you can go and take the quiz, which we'll link below. Thank you so much for being here. So before we go, Kim, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway from today and this experience.
Yeah. And again, even though I'm kind of early on, I'm always fascinated at the messages, at the clarity, and also the chills that I get throughout my body when I'm online with you. I just feel like it's wild how it's just like the energy is very, very high whenever I'm participating in these. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. And I love that. That's just validation from spirit that, you're in the right place and it feels good and it resonates. So thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful. How about you, Lauren? What was your experience today? Your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, I think it was huge to set the intention, like you said before, and just it's surreal when it kind of, comes through and it happens, like, trying to connect with my father and then that being the first person that you know, we're hearing from. It's just, yeah, it definitely feels out of body for me. So, and being open to all of it, just really being open.
That's so awesome. I love that he was the first one to come through, because if you weren't here with us when we did her reading, but she was like, oh, can I set the intention for who I want for coffee and I said, absolutely. I said, whoever did come through, if there's someone you wanted to set the intention, because together, they'll come through when they need to, but it might not have been the right time for him the other day, because I think you really, like I said earlier, needed that message from the ladies. And then
Yeah.
today he got to come in on his own and bring that through. And these are just little snippets of what a full reading is like. If you're interested in a full one-on-one reading, private reading, I do them online. Sometimes I do them in person in the Doylestown area, but you have to connect with me first to find out where I'm going to be. But, you know, everyone here has had a reading, and you just see that this is just like a little taste. It's like a little hello from heaven. And know that when we leave, they will be with you, and you can communicate with them the rest of the day, and they will be all around you. So I love that. And I'm grateful for everyone who's here live or on the replay. And thank you for being here. All right. Well, take care, everyone. Brush your hair, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
You're
Thanks,
welcome. Thank